What's up, guys? So I just finished binge watching Marvel's Iron Fist. Started watching it on Friday when it came out, and I kind of wanted to get outside a little bit because I've been crammed up indoors watching it the whole time. So I figured I'd come outside and not really do a review per se, but just kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the show. Now, this is probably the show after Daredevil that I was the most excited about because I'm a big fan of the comics. More so than like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. So I'm not really gonna get into like spoilery stuff. I'm sure it's pretty early and there's probably still people still watching. But I do kind of want to give you guys my initial reaction to what I saw. If you guys wanted the fast-paced, cutting-edge, really cool choreographed fight scenes that Daredevil had, this show doesn't have them. If you wanted like the complex, cerebral storytelling that like Jessica Jones had, the show doesn't have it. And if you guys wanted like a super stylistic, culturally and musically driven show like Luke Cage was, this show is not that. Now, I've had a saying since the first days of the Marvel Cinematic Universe when Iron Man came out, and after every subsequent movie came out, that Marvel can do no wrong. Unfortunately, and this is just my opinion, I think Marvel has just proved me wrong because I think that this is Marvel's first big misstep. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it or really like it at all. Before the show even came out, it was steeped in some serious controversy. When it was announced that Finn Jones of Game of Thrones fame was cast as Danny Rand, the internet kind of went crazy. Because a lot of people thought that this was another chance for Marvel to kind of diversify its cast by casting an Asian actor. I have mixed feelings about this. I'm a really big fan of the source material, and love it or hate it, in the comics, Danny Rand is a white dude. As a land person myself, and especially given the cultural climate the political climate that we're living in, I would love nothing more than to see as diverse of ethnicity, culture, background in Hollywood and in TV shows. But because of the source material, honestly, it didn't really bother me as much. It didn't really bother me for Iron Fist the way that it bothered a lot of people. You know, had they cast an Asian actor, I wouldn't have cared either way, as long as the person doing the job, playing the role, was doing a good job. I don't think Finn Jones did a really good job. I don't know if it's his fault, but a lot of the scenes that he's in are just really kind of bad. I don't know if it's his fault, honestly. The writing is really wooden, really cheesy, and just pretty bad all around. So I don't know if he just didn't have a lot to work with, but every scene that he's in is kind of dull and cheesy, and it kind of takes me out of the scene. I don't know if it's maybe because he's British and he's just trying to focus on not sounding British when he's talking. It's just a lot of his scenes really don't work for me. A lot of the writing, or almost all of the writing for all the other Marvel Netflix shows, has been super top notch. So I don't really know what happened here. I had read that there were issues getting the show off the ground initially. It kind of shows in the show. You know, a lot of it seems rushed. I don't know if maybe that's why just the writing was really rushed, but it doesn't really work for me, especially with Danny, who they should have paid more attention to the writing for Danny than for anybody else. Whereas somebody like Jessica Hartwick, who plays Colleen Wing, all her scenes are amazing, and she really shines through, and the writing's a lot better for her than it is for Danny. And same thing with like the secondary characters. I found really enjoying like Joy and Ward Meacham, who are kind of secondary characters in the show, and I like their story a lot more than I like Danny's, which is a huge issue because, you know, Danny Rand is the Iron Fist. I should be completely enthralled in what he's doing and in what's going on around him, and I really wasn't, unfortunately. Another issue that I had with the show was, whereas all the other Marvel Netflix shows are distinctively stylistic in their own kind of way, in terms of the overall look of the world and the cinematography, Iron Fist just seems very generic. The cinematography just felt very bland. It wasn't anything out of this world, like whereas like Daredevil has been, even Luke Cage had some badass cinematography. and just a lot of the production design in Iron Fist seemed very generic, very lazy. I don't know. It's just there's so much that I feel didn't come together for this show, and this is a big part of it. And look, the biggest qualm that I have are the fight scenes. I understand that you can't repeat Daredevil, you can't do another Daredevil, but when a show like Daredevil really sets the bar so high for all the other Marvel Netflix shows, and when you're doing a show about Iron Fist, you need to bring it. I mean, especially given that like you're trying to they were trying to make it like, I guess, paying homage or like just kind of trying to replicate what like 70s Shaolin Kung Fu movies did. The fight scenes they just kind of suck. Like, they're very boring, very slow paced, you know, like, give me some wire fu jumping off buildings, give me some of that. It's Iron Fist, you know, like, I'm not saying to do Daredevil all over again, but give me something different from Daredevil, but as stylistically cool. It's a freaking martial arts show. I've seen better fight scenes in Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is really, really sad that I'm even making that statement. And look, one other thing. You have RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan directing one of your episodes. Why don't you have like Wu-Tang music playing all over the show? That's one thing that Luke Cage did. Luke Cage had like 90s hip-hop kind of throughout every episode and just set the tone for the world. And I feel like Marvel and Netflix had an opportunity to do that with Iron Fist. Like I said, you put Wu-Tang all over that, and it would have been awesome. It would have been kind of like a Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai kind of thing. And I just think it would have added another layer to the show. But again, the music is pretty generic, except for like Outcast, So Fresh, So Clean, which plays at the beginning of the very first episode. Everything else is kind of just dull and doesn't really stand out. Look, as a Marvel fan, I watched it and I enjoyed what I saw. I made a point to enjoy it because I knew that I was going to sit through the 13 hours no matter what. I'm just that kind of person. Like, if I finish something, if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. But I can accept that this was Marvel's first big misstep, in my opinion. And I went online after I finished the show, and I think a lot of people seem to agree with me. I'm really interested to see what they do in the Defenders with Danny Rand and the characters from this show if they're in it, because I really want to know if the issues the show had were due to the showrunner or just the inherent source material. So I really want to see what Iron Fist turns out to be in a show that has different showrunners. And if that's the case, if Iron Fist and Finn Jones really shine through in the Defenders, then if we get a season 2 of Iron Fist, I really think that they should consider hiring new showrunners, who will then hire new writers and new staff, because just Iron Fist had the potential to be the coolest Marvel show, and it just wasn't, and it sucks. I've been waiting so long for it. But I sat through the 13 hours. There's things that I enjoy. Like I said, I liked a lot of the secondary characters, a lot of the secondary kind of plot lines, and I found some stuff to like in Danny Rand, and I think it's an alright setup for the Defenders and what's to come. So hopefully it gets a lot better when we get to the Defenders. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.